This is Andi Purewal for boxing. This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. No, it's okay, we don't need that one. I'm delighted to be joined by Conor Benn. If anyone's wondering, I've just dropped my road mic, but we don't need it. Conor, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm blessed.
Good to hear. Now, obviously, we're here in London. Before we come on to yourself, obviously, two of your campmates fight this Saturday night. Start off with John Ryder, who's in that main event, versus Danny Jacobs, who is about to get into the ring. How's John been looking in camp, Conor?
Oh, mate, he's never out of camp. He's always working hard, he's always grafting, and he's such a strong, powerful fighter, well experienced. He knows what he's doing, and all you got to do is look at his previous fights. He's been unlucky with some of the fights he's had. 9 times out of 10 he's drawn the unlucky straw, when really he should have won the fights that he lost. So, the Callum Smith fight, prime example. And it's gutting. He's being his stable mate, he's your unified world champion. So, it's a Saturday. He puts that right.
Conor, everybody knows how difficult of a time John's had trying to get a big fight since that Callum bout. People have said this is an end of a road fight for either him or for Danny Jacobs. Whoever doesn't come out successfully, it's the difficult one to get to where they want to with their careers. Have you seen the pressure within John, or how has John dealt with that throughout camp?
Nah, John's a fighter I really look up to, because he never lets anything distract him from doing what he's got to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's always in the gym, he's always working, with a date, without a date, he's always working hard. When a date keeps getting pushed back, he's still in the gym, still working hard, as if he could be fighting, the following week. So John's work ethic's, a testament to, who he is and what he does. And he's a fighter I definitely look up to, man. Go on.
So I was just going to say, Conor, what was your prediction then for Saturday night for John?
I'm backing my stablemate all the way. Like, I'm gonna. Is it a tough fight? Is he up against one of the best fighters in the world? The creme de la creme, so to speak. Yeah, of course he is. But I believe John is creme de la creme. So I think John will live with him and put on the performance of his life.
Away from John, you've got Felix Cash is also on the card. His fight was officially announced. I think he's only 3 weeks out from this Saturday night. So how has Felix looked, and obviously trying to deal with getting down in weight and what have you?
They're both bang on weight. We've got Dan Lawrence, our S&C coach, does our nutrition as well. And one thing we all do is work extremely hard, make sure our weight's down, make sure we're, ticking every single box. We leave no stone unturned. So Felix Cash is what he is. He's a savage. He's ferocious. He can box. He can fight, and he's spiteful. So I don't see many fighters beating Felix. I don't see this kid beating him or coming near beating him this week. I think Felix gets the stoppage. I think John Ryder could, set the tone and stick on his chest and beat him up for the 12th.
Conor, coming on to yourself, last time we spoke, Murray Sucker seemed to be the front runner for a bout with yourself. April 23rd was the touted date. Have you got any update as to where things currently stand?
Yeah, he don't want the smoke, man. Unfortunately, he turned down the offer 3 times, and obviously we thought it was a money thing. So you keep raising the bar in terms of money, and he don't want it. He bowled it. So that's that. So I'm hearing it may be Van Herden, which I fancy. Could it be anyone else? I don't know. I'll fight anyone. It don't really matter to me. It's a matter of my team making the right decisions, the right opponents, and they do just that.
But we spoke, you mentioned the likes of a Mikey Garcia or Danny Garcia that you'd be happy to jump in with next. Have those guys even come into discussion?
I leave that with my team. I only get referred names back to me. I can say the names I want and the fights I want, which Mikey Garcia I relish, Danny Garcia I relish, but I'm not sure if they'd want the fight. What do they gain from it? Again, that's like someone below me calling me out. Why would I want that? I'm a risk to any of them, so why would they want the fight? I don't blame them.
When we spoke, you said April 23rd was the date that you was looking to pencil in. Now, provided that all goes ahead, Fury White is also being looked at as April 23rd. I would anticipate that if that one did happen, then you guys will go on a separate day. Are there any other weeks or dates that you're looking at?
A week forward, so April 16th. It's what I'm hearing, so I'll just make sure I'm ready.
Coming on to a topic I'm sure you thought everybody's going to bring up today. After a fight this weekend, you said you'd be happy to step into with the winner of that one at a catchweight, Chris Eubank Jr. Overcoming Liam Williams. Firstly, just your thoughts on his performance against Liam.
It was an awkward, odd performance in terms of I wasn't sure what the main objective was or the motive, or it was just weird because I don't know what Williams was doing. It was just all, it was baffling. But Eubank's done what he needed to do. It didn't strike me as the sort of geezer that would let someone off the hook if they were hurt, irrespective of if you want to punish someone or not, because it's just miles on your body. But I don't know. It was an odd performance, wasn't it? Like from both parties, in my opinion.
I don't think you'll find anybody who could say that in British boxing that's arguably the biggest fight to be made if yourself and Junior were to face each other, because of the history between your families, obviously outside of, say, a Fury AJ one, for example. I spoke to Eddie earlier this week. He said it's one for the future. Obviously, Junior's a big 160. You're still filling into 147, effectively, was how Eddie was saying, and you're not a big 147. Do you anticipate it could be something which could happen soon, though?
Our teams have already met and spoke. Yeah, so, I'm walking around at super middle right now. So me making 154 is no problem to me or my team. 154 is not a problem for me whatsoever.
Would Junior make 154?
Now that's the question. I'm not sure.
You've said your teams have spoken then, from what you've heard, is Junior open to that bout?
Of course he is. I think we're both open to it. But obviously, as he said, we're in two different paths. I'm top 5 in every governing body in the world weight rankings. So, he wants to achieve a world title. So we're all like, it's all up in the air at the minute. The main objective is a world title for both parties. So, and we're going to go out there and get them, and that fight can happen any time.
What has your dad said about it? Because I'm sure your dad's probably had a few words as well.
He hasn't. He actually mentioned it at all, to be honest.
Before I let you go, Conor, do you have a message to Junior then?
No, not really. No, I mean, no. Hopefully we meet and that, but highly likely we will. I don't see why not if I can make 154. I put a tweet out originally as, it's good PR, Ben Eubank Ben, in his opinion. Ben Eubank to me. But, when he said, catchweight's definitely something doable, I thought, do you know what? If he can make 154, then, we're sweet. We can make the fight happen.
Is that the fight, when you mention it then, that gets you lick your lips at the most when you consider it because of, again, the history between the families?
Yeah, I think you talk about British rivals. You talk about British domestics. That's as big as it gets. And that's what the public want. And, if the public demands it, the public will get it. I'm comfortable with going up to 154, 155, 156. I'm really not fussed. I walk around at super middle anyway.
Well, Conor, leave it there now because I know Q's going to start forming. Thank you.
Go on, thank you.